Hey guys, Chaos-Necros here, and I wanted to make this a Let's Play vid on Raft, but after some thought and reviewing the vid, I decided to turn this into a thoughts on vid, and, well, yeah, anyway. So I'm going to be covering, not Raft itself, but the survival crafting games in general. So I'm going to be covering 3. The first one is going to be the game that's the video you're watching is based on now, called Raft. The second one will be Ark, Survival Evolved. The third one is going to be Subnautica. I'm going to be covering these 3 because Raft, it's like I've been enjoying it. Ark, I made at least 4 videos, and Subnautica, I've done a series on. Now, to begin, I'm going to start with Raft. Raft is enjoyable. It's not as exciting as, like, say, Ark, or Subnautica, or Terraria, or Minecraft, or a lot of other ones. But, it's enjoyable. It's a nice pace, and it's in early build, so there's not going to be a lot of stuff currently. So, yeah, to summarize what it is, it's essentially take Castaway, the rafting portion of it, and imagine Tom Hanks, now having to build his raft bigger in order to survive, until he gets to the scene where he's found by the oil rig, or whatever the giant ship is, that finds him. Imagine he has to survive on that raft for longer than the movie suggests. And then, you have a shark coming after you, ripping the raft apart, and potentially going after you. And then also imagine a seagull flying around and trying to eat your food when you least suspect it. That is Raft. Now, I have reached a point in the game that I have had 2 smelters of anchor and a sail, so I could basically go based on where the wind is, or stop wherever I want. It was nice, and not that it got too boring. I mean, you could always do something about it, just keep building the raft until there's no more raft to build, that kind of thing. But yeah, there's also the thing is, I want to do this play the game with multiplayer, see what we can do with that, maybe make a little mini game of sorts that we make a raft that's has branches on it that have one raft long pieces between the platforms, that if the shark bites them off your piece, you're done in it. And so I was thinking of that kind of stuff. All in all, it's a good game. I recommend getting it, especially if you want to do multiplayer at some point to try it out. And that's about it for that. I'm going to move on to Ark now. Ark Survival Evolved was a survival game that came out at least a year ago, as of now. I got it when it was also an early build, that it was $30, which was a deal back then, considering that it's now $60, and you have to pay $25 or more to get the DLC at this point, which is ridiculous. And yeah, through Ark, I was able to make friends with people that had similar interests, and even got me onto Discord. Back then, I didn't even know what Discord was until I got onto Ark, and these people found me, brought me into their tribe, and said, hey, you should get Discord so we can talk better. Which I did, and here we are. Now, the only problem I have with it at this point is that there's this one dinosaur that the devs put in that is annoying as hell. I don't even understand why on earth they would want something like this. And that's the Ichthyornis. It's essentially a prehistoric seagull, but it's got the aggressive state of Gandhi from Civilization. You get near that thing and it's gonna start attacking you for meat or food, or whatever you have on you. It'll just take it and eat it if it's food. If it's a weapon, it'll just knock it out of your hand. It's annoying as hell. Now, that's one of the main issues I have with it. The other issue has to do with my computer itself, but there's nothing really much I can do other than upgrading my computer or figuring out how to get it to that the game doesn't make my computer burn a hole through the desk. But other than that, I like the game. The graphics are nice when you have them set right, and it's very nice. So yeah, again, recommend this one. Not as much as Raft, but I definitely would want to get it again, just on sale. Alright, so finally we're gonna go into Subnautica. Subnautica is essentially, I don't know, what would you call it? I guess you could call it the underwater survival game, because the story is you're a survivor of a crashed ship, and you're basically gonna try to survive the harsh environment of this alien world that's nothing but ocean, while you're trying to escape. Essentially, you're trying to get out of there so that you can tell the others what happened and all that stuff. I mean, there's a bunch of aliens that will try and hunt you, with the stalkers, the sand sharks, the lava lizards, the crab squids, the reaper leviathans, the ghost leviathans, the sea dragon, among many things. But yeah, it's all in all, it's nice because there's at least peepers and the cuttlefish or whatever it is, but I've never actually seen one yet. And it doesn't look cute to me specifically. Fun as it is, it can tend to get a bit boring when you're doing stuff between things, like the transition. So it's like, even though I did do a series on it, I had to cut off the points where I'm just like going through the water, unless something happens between it, like, I don't know, Reaper attacks or the like. But other than that, it's like, it wasn't that. It was sort of boring. Probably would be better. Again, a lot of things would be better with a lot of games would be better with multiplayer. Like, could you imagine the base you build in Subnautica if you had like at least 2 people on it? Like, you'd have at least a tower. But in any case, again, it's a good game. I'd recommend it. A little more than Ark, a little less than Raft. But yeah. Now, for the genre itself, like, I'm gonna say I'm okay with it. It's not that it's terrible or good. It's just that there's so many of them at this point that you just have to pick and choose which ones you go to get. Like, you can get Minecraft. I would say would be one of the first games that did it. It has a nice art style. It has a nice style. Has its good system. Has some nice mobs. Fairly balanced. Like, the only reason you probably get killed by some of them is because you weren't paying attention. And it's nice. And the thing is, some of the survival games are essentially copycats. For instance, there's one game that I remember that it was essentially Minecraft in space. Like, literally. Not that, like, it's Minecraft with a mod that you go to space or anything, or whatever there is. But it's essentially, you start off on the planet, you have this tool that allows you to dig, build, all this stuff. But that was about it. There's also games that take that and put it on a 2-dimensional plane, like Terraria and Starbound, and it's also the same thing. Terraria more like Minecraft, Starbound more like the space one, if I remember. But yeah, it's in all, I like survival games. Not to the point that I'd be like, oh, I have to get every single one, but they're fun. Now to cover another part of them, the zombie survival games. They're fine. I mean, I've only played like Unturned, and it's like I've essentially played Left 4 Dead before that, so it's not like I haven't dealt with zombies before, it's essentially the same thing. You just have a crafting system, and you can build a house and all that. It's essentially that. Just remove the zombies, and you're basically fine. It's like imagine. It's like, could you imagine like doing a survival game where there's nothing to kill you? The only thing you have to worry about is surviving. You know, sort of like Last Man on Earth type of things. Like, imagine you have to go. I imagine you'd have to go to a library to learn how to do agriculture, and then try to grow a garden, and like, you know, just like animals. Regular animals can just come and ruin the whole thing. That's the thing. It's like, make it like you're the last man on Earth, but there's still the animals that can try to kill you. You know, regular animals, not zombies or super mutants or anything. Because like regular animals can kill you too. I don't know why they have to. I don't know why some of these games have to make it ridiculous. So yeah, honestly, I'm sort of thinking of Far Cry at this point, because it's like Far Cry could probably do a survival game like that, like exactly how I said it. Like you're the last guy on Earth and you have to deal with animals. But in any case, I'm rambling at this point. My general thought for survival games is they're good. I don't like them. I don't like some. I love some, but in general, they're all good. So thank you all so much for watching this Thoughts on vid. If you liked it, please leave a like, favorite, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Next week, I probably will make make more actual Let's Play vids. If anything, probably do the next Monster Cron vid. But other than that, I'm gonna say bye.